Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Attack Wrap. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. Before we jump into our guest this week, we're going to take a quick look at the OHL and Owen Sound Attack Players of the Week. So congratulations to OHL Player of the Week and former Owen Sound Attack member, captain of the Niagara Ice Dogs, Gavin Bryant. Big weekend for him, scoring 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. 42 games played on the season, 13 goals, 23 assists for 36 points for the brand new captain. Good work to Gavin. Your OHL goalie of the week going to Owen Wilmore, who had a great game here in Owen Sound the other night, having an excellent shootout there from him. You can see 17 games played, 11-4-0-2 for a 3.12 and an .895 save percentage. Your Owen Sound Attack Player of the Week goes to none other than Denny Gour. Congratulations to Denny for another selection here as the Owen Sound Attack Player of the Week. Our upcoming games this week, we've got Sarnia here at the Bayshore on Wednesday. That's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And then the boys are going on the road this weekend to Saginaw and Windsor Friday, Saturday. Both are going to be a 7:05 start. You can catch those on Rogers TV and the OHL network. Well, we'd like to introduce our guests to you. We've got number 2, Braedyn Rogers, number 6, Konnor Smith, and number 39, Colby Barlow. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, appreciate that. Colby, we'll start with you. I mean, a big week. You scored number 100, and that's got to feel pretty good, getting a big milestone like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of crazy. You look back into your first year and just starting out in the OHL and already being 2.5 kind of years through my career. It's flying by, and I remember the older guys saying, take it all in because it goes by quick, and they're definitely not wrong. It's just been flying by, but yeah, pretty cool milestone.
Absolutely. Do you know how many games it took you to get to 100, or did you get to 100 with the Toronto Marlboros?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many.
If I was a better TV host, I would have done that research before this show, but maybe somebody can look that up, and that'll be great. I was wondering, I mean, being a captain, we just saw Gavin Bryant got Player of the Week, and he's now the captain of the Niagara Ice Dogs. Yourself as a captain, I'm wondering, what are some of those elements of being a captain that, maybe go unseen? I think just to highlight a couple, I've watched you just in practice when a teammate does something great. I've seen you be a hype man. I think one of the things that stood out was even in training camp. You have some of these new recruits, the 16-year-olds. I remember Harry, we have talked about this play with Digger a couple of times now, where Harry took the puck and he just dances around and has these great hands, scores an amazing goal in training camp. And you're the first one off the bench, just hollering, giving him a big hug, and being that captain presence and helping him out there. I watched you today even just helping guys with their one-timer and kind of being that advice giver as a captain. What are some of those elements that maybe go unseen as leadership on this team?
Yeah, I think it's just important to support guys. I mean, it's a good feeling, especially as a younger guy, if an older guy's kind of helping you or supporting you or giving you that confidence. I mean, it helped me when I was a young guy, right? So, Mark, he would kind of, lead the way for us young guys, and he did a really good job at that, supporting us and giving us that confidence. So, you can do a lot of crazy things when you have that kind of confidence and that much support. So I just try to give that, every single day to let the guys be the best that they can be.
Excellent. I mean, Konnor, yourself, you had an A on your jersey, did you not, in Peterborough?
I did, yes.
I think that's something that I've noticed just watching you for the short time that you've been here and kind of seeing how you are at practices and on the ice. Even though you don't have a letter right now on the front of your sweater, your leadership qualities are noticeable from the stands. What does it take to be a good kind of supporting person on a team as an assistant captain?
Yeah, letters don't mean anything really. Anybody can be a leader on a team. Just having that letter, it's just a little bit extra. But coming in here, I'm an older guy and have experience in this league as well. Just coming in here and bringing my experience and just my knowledge and giving it to the other guys, especially the young guys who are coming up as well. Being that role model in the room. I'm not the loudest guy, but I tend to lead by example, and that's what I like to lead by.
Excellent. Well, I think that's a great little piece of advice for any of the junior attack that watch the show, or maybe their grandparents that can pass along to them, that anybody can be a leader on a team. So you guys can credit that to Konnor Smith when you put that in the dressing room in 20 years, something like that. And maybe your name will just be kind of right there as the credit for that. Braedyn, I think I told you this the last time you were on the show, but I was sitting in the stands, and I can't remember who it was. Oh, I do now. It was these young kids. I think they might have been 7 years old. Like, they were the age that I was concerned that they were by themselves at the game. But they were there right behind me, and I remember them pointing at you, and they go, "Look at number 2. He's going to be the next captain of the team." So it's big shoes to fill. But while we're on that topic, I know there's one 7-year-old out there for sure that's rooting for you.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear.
Excellent.
I don't know about that though. Got some big shoes to fill with these two here.
Well, I mean, you've got a little bit of pedigree in Owen Sound. Your dad being drafted here as a player. I don't know if he played much here, but for sure drafted, camp and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it was probably the 94, 95 draft, I think. He was drafted in like one of the later rounds, but it was funny because before the draft we were joking, like saying how it would be funny if I ended up coming here, and once I did, it was just a whole bunch of laughing, and then I guess worked out perfectly. So
excellent. Good. Well, we're obviously glad to have you here, and being one of the youngest defensemen really on the ice at any given time. Have you been able to learn stuff from some of the older guys like Konnor playing that same position, and what have you been able to take from some of these guys' games?
Yeah, for sure. Like, obviously practicing with them, always being around them in the room, seeing how professional they are. Even at home, like, we're always together, seeing these guys. They're always hockey's usually always on their mind, and even Nolan Seed last year took me under his wing, and everything I do I try to take in as much as I can and try to apply it to my game. So
kind of going off that home aspect, that off-ice aspect, Konnor, being traded here, what is that like, having to leave a team and not just meet new players, but find a new place to live, new billet parents, new roommates? What is that whole experience like for you?
Yeah, I'm one who likes change. I enjoyed being the new kid at school when I was younger. I went to like 7 different schools.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, I had a great billet family in Peterborough. I had 4 billet siblings, but no teammates.
Okay.
And then coming here, living with 2 other teammates, it's definitely a change, but I enjoy it. Both of them are great guys to live with, and couldn't have asked for anybody better to live with. And then Sarah and Phil, they're great billets as well.
Excellent. And of course, Konnor's a great roommate. We'll leave it at that probably, just nothing wrong with it. Sounds good. Who's, of the 3 of you guys, I found this out recently. I was talking to your general manager, Dale DeGray, and it turns out that he used to room with my former coach from university, and it turns out that Digger's a really good cook. So of the 3 of you guys, who would be the chef?
I'd say
Probably me.
probably Bars.
Okay.
What?
What's the
chance,
go-to?
for sure. Bologna sandwiches.
No. I can make good sandwich. I can make crisp bowl of cereal.
Okay, that's.
I can microwave eggs when I need to.
Yeah.
Pretty dynamic.
I made cookies last year, so I think I take that.
Fantastic.
Baking and cooking is different.
Yeah, that is true. I have learned that. One's a science, the other's an art. You got to figure that one out. Colby, missed a number of games there, pretty large chunk of the season. It's got to be tough. Just being drafted, it felt like you've been facing like every kind of adversity that you really could be facing this year. So much change going on. You got sick at training camp for the Jets and weren't able to participate, I'm sure, as much as you would have liked. And then coming here, having to deal with an injury for a number of months, missing the World Juniors. Well, I guess maybe could you walk us through what is that like to have to watch something that you so desperately wanted to be a part of?
Yeah, like you said, it's obviously it's not a fun time, and with all these kind of different things happening over a short period of time, it can be kind of daunting, and you can get upset over it. You can kind of sit and dwell and get mad over it, but you try not to. In life in general, not just hockey, it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, right? There's going to be so many different things that, ups and downs throughout your life. So I think I just try and take every single one as a learning experience and try to make the most of it. And, find the good in everything. But obviously, it's not fun when you're watching your team or you're missing out on opportunities. But you put your head down and make sure you're ready for the next opportunity that comes.
So how do you stay positive in a moment like that? Like, you go down, it's a big year for you, you've been drafted, you really want to impress, you're coming back, with all this pedigree, you're looking forward to a really special tournament. How do you stay positive? How do you stay upbeat? Like, even from the stands, I know, like, as you're nursing that injury, I saw you smiling and, winking at your teammates, going down and giving them advice and staying engaged. Like, how do you stay positive when you're facing these kind of adversities?
Yeah, it's easy to stay positive when you're around everybody that you love and you're with your friends and your teammates and my parents. They always help me keep me positive, and my brothers, and then, like I said, just coming back to on sound throughout my injury and seeing the guys, seeing all their smiles, hanging out with them, even though I'm not skating with them, I'm able to be with them off the ice, and it's always good vibes when you're with those guys. So I think it's just trying to take your mind off it and then just enjoying those times that you can enjoy.
Great. Konnor, for you, I mean, a slightly different situation, but seeing your teammates from the other side of the ice now a couple of times, going back to Peterborough and seeing those guys that, you would have faced trials with and kind of gone through the fire with. What was that like for you, returning to Peterborough and those square boards?
Yeah. I love those boards. I think it's built for my style of game, and that's why I like the Bay Shore as well, just because it's a smaller barn. But I love every one of those guys on the other team, especially what we went through as a team last year and winning the championship. But when it comes down to the game of hockey, they're enemies when we're playing against each other. So no friendships on the ice, so I play them just like any other guy. But after the ice, there's laughs, talks, and all that, and just catch up. But no, it was definitely nice going back there, and then getting a little acknowledgement video as well was a nice touch. But it was great going back.
Do you? When you kind of go back into your former barn, do you feel like, do you have the advantage because you've played with each of these guys, you've played with the goaltenders, some of them not quite as long as others, or do you feel like maybe they have the advantage over you because, there's 20 guys that all know the way that you play?
I think it was both ways. They might say they have the advantage, but I'd say I have the advantage. I know every one of those guys and what they do, but some of the boys told me they think I'm going to be trying to impress or try and do too much to get back at them. But no, it was great going back and just playing my style of game and keeping it simple, and knowing your opponent's always easier than having a surprise.
Excellent. Kind of on this topic of mindset and teams, Braedyn, I've noticed for you, every time I see you on the ice, you've got a smile on your face. It looks like you absolutely love hockey. And I'm just wondering, like, how important to your game is the mindset piece?
Yeah, I think obviously just being a happy guy on the ice just makes everybody else feel a bit more happier. And obviously if you're in a good state of mind or in the game, you're going to have a lot of more confidence. And I guess if you're all down on yourself, you might make a wrong play, hold on the puck too long. So
sure.
I think it plays a big effect in the game. So
excellent.
That's what I try to do.
Well, all good things for the junior attack to kind of write down in their notebook here. Gentlemen, I mean, I'm sure you've answered probably 1,000 questions on being drafted to the NHL already, so we'll keep it short and sweet. What was the best memory for you guys being drafted into the show?
I think it was just, that exact moment when you hear your name get called and then you're able to stand up and hug your family and friends that are around you. I think that was one of the most special moments. And then once you finally get on stage and put the jersey on, that's kind of like the 1-2 kind of, crazy moment where, it's pretty surreal and, just super special.
Very cool.
Obviously the same with like having your name called, but I got a little story to mine. It didn't go as smoothly, but at the end of the third round, going into the fourth, there was like a 5-minute break to go to the washroom. So it was nearing the end end of the second round, going to the third. There was a 5-minute break. And then it was nearing the third round. I think like two picks left, and my brother, my agent, and my cousin were all like, "Oh, we're gonna go to the washroom."
Right.
So we're back in time. So they got to go to the washroom. My mom gets up to go with them, and she's like, you know what, like I'm gonna wait just to see what happens. So she comes back down, and as I'm getting up to let her into the aisle, I hear like over the radio or whatever it is, and they go, Anaheim, you're on the clock. And I knew Anaheim was one of the teams that were interested.
Sure.
And there was no break in between the rounds, so they go ahead, and I hear from Peterborough, Connor Smith, and cool. I'm very excited. I'm happy. I get up, hug my mom. Before she even sat down, my name was called, and then hug my dad, hug my papa, and then I'm waiting there for my cousin, and my brother. I'm like, oh, I can't wait any longer. I waited like an extra 10 seconds, and then I finally walked down, and as I'm walking to the table, I look backwards, and I see my brother yelling and like walking down the stairs.
Very cool.
I went and saw all the Anaheim staff at the table, and then once I had my jersey and all that and started to go backstage, that's when I went and saw my brother, cousin, and agent. So.
Well, we talk about Braedyn being a smiley guy on the ice. You were beaming after that jersey. I saw you walking away there. You had a huge grin on your face. You were pretty excited.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. I mean, as two guys who have been drafted, Braedyn, you're getting ready kind of another year or so before you're up there. And what's some advice that you guys would give Braedyn, just, live here on TV?
Yeah, I would say just don't overthink it and just kind of keep it day by day. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's not worth it. Just get you, down on yourself, to be honest. So just live in the moment and do what you do best and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I'd say probably, just play your game. Like you know what you are, and that's what got you to Owen Sound, and that's what's gonna get you to the next level. And don't try and be like anything different. So
yeah, sure.
Although, I mean, a few more goals like that one against, what was it, Barry?
Yeah.
That might help too. That was sweet.
Yeah,
I had never seen a shot like that. I had a really nice angle, and it looked like the puck just kind of teleported into the.
It was nice to get off my chest. I haven't scored since the Sioux, so I work a lot a shot, so it was nice for it to pay off.
I mean, it looked like it. You looked like an elite shooter in that moment.
No, thank you.
Couple general questions for you. I've never played high-level hockey, so my advice means nothing. You can just disregard that. Couple general questions. I mean, you guys got a big road trip coming up, going down stateside and then coming up to Windsor. How important are those trips with the guys? I mean, you joined the team actually on a road trip, so I mean, you've probably got maybe a unique appreciation for how road trips can kind of bring a team together. Maybe you guys could talk a little bit just to the mindset and how important those trips are.
Oh yeah, for a team standpoint, it's, you're going there to get, for this weekend 4 points, obviously, but being on the bus for so long and, hotel, you're always together. It's always great bonding moments, and we recently just brought a TV on the bus, so we all watch movies in the back and stuff, and we always play usual cards and stuff like that. So it's always a good time on the bus, and 5 hours feels like 5 minutes almost sometimes. Yeah. But no, they're super important just to be together with everybody.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's a huge bonding experience as well. Just spending that much time in a small confined bus. Yeah. Things can get rowdy at times, but it's all for good fun. And then, especially bringing the TV, we got like movie night on the bus sometimes. So, I'd say just getting that team bonding in on the bus.
Awesome.
Yeah, they pretty much summed it all up. But like obviously lots of fun and lots of jokes on the bus. But like Colby said, we go there to get 4 points, and I guess I hear a lot of winning coaches say that winning teams are what they do on the ice. It's also what they do off the ice, and I think it's good steps to, I guess, become a good, closer team. So
excellent, excellent. Are you guys going to add a tractor to the kind of trip, or is that was just kind of a one-time use? And
might be a good idea.
Hopefully a one-time use.
Hopefully once. But
we'll see just a whole convoy going with the Owen Sound attack down there. That'll be great. Wondering, I mean, being on the road, you guys must get chirped a lot by fans. And do you guys hear that much, or is it just kind of noise? You can sort of tell louder, quieter, but hard to make out really anything somebody's saying?
Nothing really stands out that I've heard crisp and clear before. I mean, you see the finger sometimes or stuff like that, but you don't hear too much. You just kind of hear the rah-rah of it.
Yeah. Last year we had an incident where one of our players got beers poured on him.
Wow.
But that was probably the worst.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, we had a few guys who like to taunt the crowd.
Sure.
Which obviously didn't help as well. But
Yeah.
there's some things you hear, but most things you don't really hear unless it's right next to you.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I usually don't hear anything. I think most of us are mostly focused on the game. Usually if it's just a chant or something, but I guess you can't even say anything back to them anymore, so
Right.
you get in trouble. So.
Well, maybe a good message for all of our fans. You know, it doesn't really matter what you're saying. The guys don't hear it, so we'll just we'll stick to only positive things coming out of the crowd, and we'll just positivity will infect just around all the people that we're sitting with, and that'll be a good thing for us all. Wondering, I mean, going on a big road trip, how important are guys like Brownie and Stumps that they put in those extra hours when you guys are getting ready to kind of wind down, and they're getting gear ready and making sure you guys are ready to go?
Oh yeah, they treat us like pros. They do, the absolute maximum, that they can for us. We don't see how much time and effort they put in when we're taking our pregame naps or eating a meal as a team together, and they're cleaning their room, setting it up for us. So we can be the best of the best and be prepared to be at our best as a team and as individuals. So I think it's we're like I said, we don't see it that much. So, but I just hope they know how appreciative all of us are for giving us the best of the best all the time.
Excellent. Well, that's great to hear. We've got a couple of bits for you guys this game. So what I'm gonna have you guys do, Braedyn, if you don't mind, right behind you, there's two whiteboards. If you look over your shoulder there you go. Do you want to give those to Colby and Konnor?
Okay.
And I'm gonna have you be the judge for this.
All right.
Now,
Oh boy.
we have secured some photos of you guys, of the team, and we're gonna do a little bit of a caption contest. So what we'll do is we'll have the first photo. It'll go up on the screen here. You guys can check out the monitor. We got hooks there, maybe mid sneeze, maybe a bit of an eye roll. Not sure what's going on there, but why don't you guys give it your best Instagram caption? I mean, Instagram is so much part of the way that you interact with fans now. So
I have no idea.
we'll do our best to keep them Instagram and TV friendly. And then Raj, you can judge which one you think is the best.
I got some good ones.
You did?
Yeah.
All right.
Like when, start off like when you.
Yeah, that works too. If you guys need to include emojis or whatever, you can do that as well. Maybe we'll cut back and show these guys working away on their captions here. We'll give you guys about 10 seconds here. We got a few of them for you, so don't worry too much about the first one. Maybe while they're working here, we'll go through our first trivia question, and only trivia question for this week. We've only got one home game, and that is, what round did Konnor Smith get drafted into the NHL by the Anaheim Ducks? Make sure you text in, and the prize will be 2 tickets to tomorrow's game against Sarnia. All right, gentlemen, do you want to share your captions here of hooks?
Yeah, I got a little explanation.
Yeah, go for it.
So it's when McHugh asked to play standard play instead of ranked. It's this game we play, as it's like
Sure.
quite a few of us play on PlayStation and Xbox, but some of us are a higher level, and
Right.
we got to play down to McHugh. He wasn't at our level, so we couldn't play the longer games. But
Yeah, okay. So Sam's not a good Fortnite player, is what you're saying.
I mean, it's a game called Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay,
you
sure,
can't play you can't play ranked, which is what we all want to play and get our level up. But
Okay,
Sam
so a
is
bit of
at that
a
level
bit of an
yet.
eye roll there
Yeah.
from McHugh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, mine's not that funny. It's just when there's chocos after practice.
Okay.
Everybody gets excited for chocolate milk after practice.
Nice.
I gotta go Smitties, I'd say.
All right,
Well,
Konnor gets a point there. We'll throw up our next photo here for a few seconds and let you guys get a good look at this one. Oh, there you go. There's a shot right in close there. Bit of a death stare from you, eh? It's just trying to intimidate. And with that trivia question that we shared earlier, make sure that you guys text in your answers. The number should be or was on the screen, so make sure you guys text the number, send your answer in, and like I said, the prize will be 2 tickets to Wednesday's game against Sarnia. We'll give these guys about 10 more seconds or so to get their caption for this.
Oh, is it captions or
Your Instagram caption or your meme or whatever.
Okay,
you
I
want
was
to call
doing
it.
like a meme.
Yeah, that works. That works. All right, we'll cut back and take a quick look at these captions here. So why don't we have Colby? You want to share first this time?
That looks like me looking at Braedyn after we play ping pong.
Okay.
I mean, mine's not as funny, but when your dad is leaving for work and you don't want him to leave.
That's
when
excellent.
you're younger.
That's excellent.
Those are both good, the bars. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a tiebreaker.
Tied 1-1. All right. Why don't we do? We've got time for at least one more here. We'll throw the next one up. And okay, are we doing the Ovechkin on the ball? I'm not sure what's going on here. We got 2 minutes, so you guys can take your time and investigate the photo here. Got Ethan Burrows and Carter George. Not sure if they're trying to revive the ball or use the force on it or whatnot, but they're doing some kind of pregame ritual here. Now, you can't see the top of the photo, but it looked like the game of sewer ball was going on right in the middle of this photo being taken.
Probably.
All right.
I mean,
You need a little
Yeah.
more time. That's okay. Yeah, take your time. Got another couple of minutes here. Okay, and while you guys work on that, we'll congratulate Max Border on winning the trivia contest this week. The answer, of course, what round did Konnor Smith get drafted to the Anaheim Ducks in the NHL entry draft, was round 4. So congratulations to our winner. We got a minute left, so we'll let you guys, looks like Colby, you're already done. You can go ahead and share, and I think Connor's got something in the works here. So we'll let
I
him finish up.
got Burr and Georgie trying to touch Burr's nose.
Okay.
It's a reoccurring joke that Burr has a decently sized nose on her team.
A healthy nose,
Yeah.
we might say.
Well
I
fed.
mean, nothing can top that. But when JP hits the sewer ball into the middle, yeah, he's not a great sewer player.
Yeah, he. I think we got that actually a couple weeks ago, and he was on the show and seems to think highly of himself in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, probably bars.
Yeah.
That's a good one though.
Bars,
That's what
alright.
we usually do when someone hits in the middle, just kind of heats it up, kind of like a hot ball.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, probably
you're-
bars.
All right. Well, Colby, congratulations on
Thank
winning
you.
our first ever caption contest. So there you go. There's another thing to add to the 100.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
In Toronto's war on crime,
I'm Detective Graff. This is Detective Bateman.
the worst offenders are pursued by the detectives of the Specialized Criminal Investigations Unit. These are their stories.
We removed the earth, we found this.
That's some concrete evidence right there.
Allow me to state the obvious. The press is going to be all over this one.
That alibi has to be fabricated.
Then pull at the seams.
Sometimes the dead do speak.
Hi, I'm Gord Chapman. This is Ken Williams, and we're co-hosts of Weekend in the Rink on Rogers TV. Great minor hockey being played on Saturday afternoon. We got a great lineup this year, Ken.
Looking forward to another great season, Gord. The hockey's been fantastic over the last couple of years, and why would this year be any different? Looking forward to some great hockey. Rogers, Weekend at the Rink.
Hi, I'm David Sherman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me for my next show where my guest will be Ian Boddy, Mayor of Owen Sound. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
Well, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Attack Wrap. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy, here on Rogers TV. We are going to jump into our next segment here, and it's a quickly becoming a fan favorite. We're going to be doing the mini stick taping bit. So I'm going to give you guys each a mini stick here. You guys can feel free to. We've got 3 colors here, 2 black tapes. We got. Said he's kind of ruined this one and made it a bit of a half-size tape, but you can keep using that if you'd like. We got white as well. Flame tape makes the puck go faster, so you can use that too. And I'll just have you guys sort of tape these however you would normally tape them for a game.
Okay.
All right.
That'll be great. We'll.
Are any of you guys gonna use this or no?
I'll probably use the flame.
The flame?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use that. I'll just wait then.
Do you guys? Do you have any sort of? Any reason for why you've taped your sticks that way? We've talked about tape color and stuff like that. Have you chosen the colors that you've chosen for a reason?
I've just always used white tape.
Okay.
My entire life, usually thick white too.
Yeah.
I usually just whatever. I've always used white. I've usually switched it up a couple times, but I always went back to white.
Sure.
That's pretty much stuck with that.
Yeah, no, I've always used white as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really went to black.
Yeah, fair enough. So Konnor, I'm seeing an interesting tape job already up here. Is that? Does it stop there, or do you go around that?
No, so Denny actually inspired me to do this one.
Okay, it's an up and over kind of tape job?
Yeah, so it's more to make it like a hexagon, I guess, like 6 sides.
Interesting, yeah.
And then, I guess like a tennis racket.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
So it's like that.
Or like what old men put on their putters?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You could say that as well.
That's fair. I think, is it Tyler Bertuzzi? He's been doing something like this recently, although I think he did it with just one piece of tape, and the internet seemed to go a little bit wild after seeing that.
Oh. Yeah, I did. I saw that. It was just like one little strip over the top.
Yeah.
No butt. My butt end on it or whatever. I just can't cut with these scissors.
Colby's doing it the way I always learned how to do that. You kind of do that just to sort of get your fingers all in between those regions. Yeah. That's fair. Now, Konnor, do you go around that when you're done at all? Or
I'll go around at the top. Okay. I like it pretty thick, like at the top, just like for my pinky to sit over it.
Sure.
And then the rest of my hands like on the shaft.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Now, when you were younger, did you ever do just the classic kind of Tykes Pee-wee big old tape ball right at the top, make sure it doesn't slip out of the hand?
Yeah. No, I never really adventured out of that until I made it to Peterborough and now in Owen Sound. But it used to be pretty basic, and one thing I used to do as well is go like halfway down my stick and grip tape.
Oh, interesting. Okay, all the way
I just
down.
switched that like last week, but.
Oh, really? What made you switch?
Sometimes it gets in the way.
Okay.
But just changing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. See how things go.
Okay. Does it? Do you find that it affects the flexibility of a stick at all when you tape it halfway down?
I've heard guys say it does, but I've never felt the difference. No.
Adds maybe half a pound to the flex or something.
Yeah,
like that.
but or the weight doesn't mean anything to me. Like I can't really tell the difference in the weight, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do you guys have preferred flexes for your stick?
I use 87.
87, okay.
I'm like 80, but I've actually always been 85. I think I'm gonna go back to 85.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm at 100 right now, but I want to go up to probably 110.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finding you're just breaking too many at the moment, or?
Just like too whippy at times.
Okay.
Where I just want it to be more reliable.
Man, okay.
Yeah.
So Colby, I see you're going two-tone. Is that normal for you, or is that kind of the grip tape that you would put on normally?
This part?
Yeah.
Usually I do like an underlying kind of like just tape like this.
Sure.
And then I'll do grip tape over it.
Yeah.
Over it all.
Gotcha.
And then I'll do like a little loop at the bottom just to like secure it all.
Right.
But usually I do the same color.
Okay.
But I'm trying to make it look cooler.
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, these will, of course, go to a fan, a lucky fan, one of these games, and make sure if you guys do want an opportunity to win these mini sticks that will be signed by these guys, you can make sure you're at the game, and they will be eventually given out to one lucky fan, one stick a fan. All right, so Braedyn, you kind of do like similar to Colby, except you don't twist the tape.
No, this is my old knob.
Okay.
I put grip tape on it now. So.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like a candy cane.
And do you leave the gaps normally in your stick?
Yeah, I just leave it like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there why that? I guess.
To be honest, Antonio did it, Tersini, and then I just followed that, and then I just stuck with it up till now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought of Antonio as a trendsetter, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he's in with the trends.
Excellent. Well, you're welcome to work on the blades as well. I noticed, Colby, you're a toe-to-heel guy. You always done it that way?
Yeah, always done that.
Okay.
Just, I leave a bit of the toe open.
Yeah.
Always done that, and pretty simple.
Very good. There you go. Yeah. So you leave the toe open, and I noticed actually you're rocking a few colorful sticks these days. You had a nice matching one on Saturday there, which looked pretty good. And then today it looked like you were going all white for summer practice and moved back?
Yeah, I have a few different sticks. I have a red and black one.
Yeah.
I have a silver black one, and I have that all white one.
Yeah. Is there
There's no thing behind it. It's all the same stick, just different colorways, trying out.
Yeah.
I usually try and use the black and red one. We're using our reds or our black jerseys.
Right.
And then, sometimes with our white jerseys, I'll use the white stick, but kind of whatever stick's working, I'll just keep using it.
You might have to get one really interested fan out there to run some of the metrics behind which stick is performing at what rate and stuff like that. I'd be interested. I mean, we've talked to the goalies before about the color of the tape that they see on blades and whether or not that helps to black disguise the puck or white maybe disguise the angle of the shot. Flame tape, just intimidates the goalie. That's really the only advantage. But both Corbin and Carter said, they didn't really think too much about the tape color. But looking at your white stick and kind of watching you use that today, the whole thing being white looked like it blended in quite a bit better. I'm wondering if maybe there is an advantage there or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I gotta ask Georgie or Corb, to be honest. But I could see why you see that kind of might be an advantage there. But
yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I'm curious to ask him.
You see some guys in the NHL now, like Willie specifically, Nylander there, who spray paints the whole bottom of his blade, bottom of his stick white, and
yeah, I see Hurdle does his all red.
Yeah. So you go right over the toe, eh?
Yeah.
Is that any reason for that? You've always done it that way?
No, but I think pretty much everybody does it now.
There's no, I don't know, just so my toe isn't open, I guess.
So you guys are all toe-to-heel tapers. We've had a few heel-to-toe guys on before, but
I just switched to
you just switched to, okay,
yeah.
So your stick looks nothing like it used to look, eh?
A little bit. I used to do like the same exact tape job, but just toe or heel to toe.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying out toe to heel.
Perfect.
See how that goes, but.
Now, do you guys, any of you guys wax your sticks, or do you take a puck to the top or bottom edges at all?
I wax my stick, not a whole lot, just like a light dusting maybe.
Sure. You feel like it just helps with grip of the puck and stuff like that?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it also kind of helps you. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it kind of keeps the tape from tearing apart real easy.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess with your kind of style of offense there and taking those big shots, I'm sure that would come in handy. You're making pretty big contact with the puck, so.
Yeah, hopefully it does. I'm thinking it does, so
sure.
I'll keep going with that.
I mean, as long as you feel like it does, I'm sure it plays some part.
For sure.
Excellent. Yeah, I've seen a few guys who do the white blade that they'll take a puck just to kind of the top edge of the blade so that they can see the angle of it a little bit better against the ice. And you're going for that full, big long handle there, so that's perfect.
Yeah, no, I still keep it pretty long, but just not as long as before. But it was kind of ridiculous of how long it was. But.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's fantastic. Thank you guys for kind of walking us through how you would prepare your stick for a game day. Now, how many would you normally do? Would you do like 2 or 3 for a game, or do you ever try to get more?
I usually do my game stick and a backup every game, no matter what.
Yep.
So
I only do 1.
1 per game?
Yeah.
Same with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave my backup stick kind of the way it is. Like,
Yeah.
if the tape's completely messed up, then I'll put a fresh one on there.
Sure.
But I don't need to retape it before every game.
Do you find yourself trying to, like, do you switch out your sticks very often, or you're pretty locked in whichever one you pick, you're gonna roll with?
Whichever one I pick, I usually use till it breaks.
Okay.
And then I get a new one. So I've been using like the same stick right now for probably at least the last 6-7 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good. Yourself, do you guys switch out your sticks often, or for, I guess, on defense, like, would you break a stick more often, kind of blocking shots than you would taking them?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I probably broke more like blocking shots or just like put my stick in a passing lane and it hits it. But yeah, I'd probably, yeah.
That makes sense. Do you guys, do you have any other kind of equipment things that you would do? I know we've had a few guys, of course, we never can get enough of last year's Stewie's tongues on skates. And
Sniper tongue.
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys do anything, do you have anything that you prefer your equipment a certain way outside of the norm, or pretty kind of middle of the road here?
I got in trouble for mine. I liked my visor a little bit high.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen
it was too high, so I had to bring it down a bit. But
sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm a pretty simple guy. I think I use a lot of my equipment still from back in minor hockey days, so I like it. Pretty used, pretty worn out. I mean, I had these pair of skates that I was using up until like mid this year for...
Oh yeah, I've heard about these skates.
Yeah, I've had them since I think like Major Bantam.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just...
I hear it's hard to get
Brownie wasn't a fan of them. Yeah, you had to repair them a bunch.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, when you like something, you got to roll with it, right? It's got the luck built into it. You don't want to wash it out. I get that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I think minor hockey, I used the same stick for probably like 5 years. That's the only thing I think of.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll jump into a couple of fun questions for you guys. Then we'll take a look at some highlights. Just do a couple of questions here. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list today. I got a whole list of these that I'm sure we'll get through the full list over the course of this semester of shows. But what is the best celebration or the best celly you've ever seen that you don't have the guts to do?
Ooh.
Or you wouldn't be caught dead doing it, at least?
Oh, that's tough.
Probably like center ice and then like diving.
Yeah.
Or like on my knees.
Sure.
Probably something like that.
And maybe a little bit of extra spice if you do that in the away team's arena.
Yeah, that would be bad. Wouldn't want to walk off after that one.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say like just heartbreaker.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've never been a guy to really celebrate any of my goals.
Yeah.
So you probably won't even see me drop to a knee when I score. But
sure.
Yeah, I'd probably say heartbreaker.
Jeez, I don't know. I think maybe like Ovi's hot stick.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool, but I just would never do that.
That is fair. I think we saw. I'm not sure how big into the content creation side you guys are of the hockey world, but Coach Chippy is starting to get a couple of those sellies out on Instagram there. So, what would be your hottest hockey take? Is that clear? Does that make sense? Do you guys have like
I know what you're saying.
A hot hockey take?
Oof.
Like what you think is...
Yeah, something, maybe fans feel like this is always true and you're like, nah, you know what, this doesn't affect the game, or this, this is this way.
Probably yelling shoot the puck. Like sometimes I think we might forget to shoot it, but I think we're pretty good. So.
You know what, it's pretty central to the game. I'm pretty sure you guys haven't ever forgot that aspect. So. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good question. I'm thinking right now.
Yeah. We can give you guys some time to think about that.
Yeah,
we can
come back to me on that.
All right.
Yeah.
Curious for you guys. I mean, you've had, I think, 2 OTs in the last 3 games here. Do you guys prefer 3-on-3 OT, or do you like a good 5-on-5 overtime next goal wins?
I enjoyed the suspense of like a 5-on-5 overtime.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, 3-on-3, like shows off more skill, and like you can show off a bit more. But no, both are good. But I think playoffs definitely 5-on-5.
Okay.
But regular season 3-on-3 is good.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I like 5-on-5. 3-on-3's fun.
Sure.
I think 5-on-5's more kind of, I think it's kind of more of a style to win rather than kind of 3-on-3. So that's why I kind of like it in playoffs more.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, same. But I don't know. Like I, to be honest, I think 3-on-3 is pretty like hard to, I guess, stay with your guy. It's like man on man.
Yeah,
it's different from your systems in 5-on-5. So
right.
I mean, I think it'd be better just stick with your own systems. But
sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Ooh. Back to hot take.
You got a hot hockey take.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've heard a lot of guys say weight and skates is a big difference, but I could never tell the difference in skate, like the weight of skates.
There you go.
So like when guys say like, oh, the skate's so heavy, like I can't use it.
Yeah.
I don't really agree with it, but
it's like 99% of golfers when they say the Pro V1 is better than any other.
Yeah.
They can't tell. Yeah. They have no idea. They just like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. We'll keep going. If you have one, you can just feel free to chime in if you want to here.
I've got a good one, actually.
Oh, you got another one?
Your flexion, like people say your flex should be half your weight. That doesn't mean anything.
Sure.
No. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that's
I also think, and here's mine. I also
we
think
can just let's just stick to this question.
I think black tape doesn't disguise the puck.
I think you're right.
I think it doesn't disguise the puck.
No.
I think you're right. I think it's pretty clear for people who've played hockey to follow the puck. And I think you're right on that one. I think both goalies agree with you, so that's obviously a good take then if they're on your side with that. Curious for you guys, what is the and again, if you have any more hot takes, you're welcome to just jump in with these. This is great. What is the best game that you've ever been to watch? Not to play in, but the best game you've ever gotten to go to see for any reason whatsoever. Maybe it was, a record-setting game or just incredible play.
I went to a outdoor World Junior game.
Oh, excellent.
The one that was in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That one was pretty cool. I think it was Canada versus US too.
Yeah,
I went to a shootout.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool game to watch. Just like outdoor game, World Juniors, Canada versus US.
Doesn't get a whole lot better
than that. Pretty cool, yeah.
That's great.
I'd say, I might be wrong on this, but it was 2 years ago. Toronto, I don't know if they had the chance to get out of play, or get into the next round of playoffs.
Yeah. Okay.
Or did they got out of it last year, right?
Last year, yeah.
So it was the year before that. They didn't get out.
Okay.
I went to Game 7 of that with my dad, my cousin, my brother in Toronto as well.
Yeah.
Then of course they ended up losing.
Right.
And then to make things even worse, we were on the way home and we had a deer in Woodstock.
Oh man!
And it just made for a long night. Nothing went our way, but probably that.
All right. Well, I hope we don't have any Woodstock viewers.
Yeah.
It's a good reason to avoid the town.
Probably when I was younger, we had the hometown hockey in Belleville.
There you
and
go.
The Capitals and the Jets came.
Yeah.
And got all their autographs after.
Excellent.
Mike Green gave me his Hockey Night in Canada towel that they gave
fantastic.
him. So I have that framed in my bedroom, actually.
Of course.
So.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh, that's great. Maybe one of these guys will send you one.
Yeah, maybe.
I got to go see Connor McDavid, his 7-point game in Edmonton against Colorado with McKinnon on the ice and stuff. It was wild to sit that high. I was nosebleeds, and to watch how fast that guy is just mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine just how fast he really is. Great. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to jump into we'll take these Barrie highlights first. We'll let them play. We'll come back. We'll break down the 7-6 OT win and Denny's big overtime winner. So we'll play these highlights, and then we'll come right back and break those down for you.
There is York. He's hit by Connor Smith. Baudouin in the corner. Patterson comes in to help. Now across. Brody a chance. Down low. Scores! What a pass to lay it right there for Riley Patterson. 1-0 for the Colts. Flea plays it in. Allows Patterson to chase. He's taken down. Pass out in front. They score! Ty York will put it home. Back-to-back goals here in the early going, and it's 2-0 for the Colts. And Owen Sound just seconds away from going 0 for 2 on the power play, and there's a short-handed goal. They don't get much weirder than that as Jack Braedyn tossed it in. It hit the end boards and banked in off of Carter George. And it's 3-0 Barrie. James Petrovsky, shot to the net, scores! Deflected in front by Landon Hookey. And the attack needed that one badly as they trim the deficit to 2. Banked ahead for Ronak Jodouin. Jodouin to Jelsma. Nice control. Across a shot, they score. What a play by Bo Jelsma. He sets up Bodie Stewart, and the 3-goal lead is restored.
An absolutely unbelievable individual effort by the captain, Bo Jelsma, on the reception of the pass at the blue line. He's able to gain control and possession and keep himself onside, outweight Connor Smith, who's laying out to block the pass, and sets up Bodie Stewart's 4th goal of the season.
Coming around now to Barlow, trying to get a shot towards the net. Picked back up by Barlow. Drags and fires. He scores! It doesn't get much better than that. Colby Barlow with an absolute rip. And the attack trimmed the deficit. By Tails Jordan, and it's shot back into the Barrie zone. Owen Sound looking to get control. Waiting on his James Petrovsky. Steps off the wall nicely. Takes a shot. Scores! Another point shot by James Petrovsky. Gets deflected in front. This time it's Sam McHugh. And Owen Sound is back to within 1. And Shamar Moses wisely alley-ooped it out. Sedley up the boards. Here's a chance now for Braedyn Rogers. The D-man fires, and he scores! What a shot by Braedyn Rogers, and he ties the game! Take the face-off against Patterson. Patterson won it. Burrows comes through. Shot along the ice was stopped by Hillebrand. It sits there. Another chance for Burrows. He scores! For the first time tonight, the attack have the lead. It's Ethan Burrows making it 5-4.
Endless work ethic by the overage forward, Ethan Burrows. He gains position on the Barrie Colts defender, gets a first opportunity right off the draw, and then he just out-battles him through the back of the net, gets possession of the puck in the slot. A strong move to his forehand, tucks it 5-hole on Sam Hillebrand. 5-4 attack lead.
Ethan Burrows gets his 23rd of the season. And the attack really rolling in this one. Looking for more. Denny Gore, he scores! Back to back to back. 3 in a row, just like that. 6-4 attack. Thomas Stewart passes it. Colby Dwan, Stewart, Jelsma, looking for Patterson. Sedley trying to chip it by him. Patterson protects the puck. One-time shot, scores! Thomas Stewart with a heavy blast on the one-timer, and the Colts will get to within 1 with still 1:15 to go here in the third. Aitchison gets it into the corner. Pass out in the slot. Thomas Stewart fires. He scores! The Colts with a comeback of their own. This game is tied 6-6. We're here in overtime. Minute and a half left. Quick pass up. Denny Gore's got a step. Gore coming in. He scores! Denny Gore says good night. The attack win 7-6.
Excellent. Well, a big win there, a great result for you guys. Obviously, kind of a comeback there, and then having to win in OT as well. I think you guys got 5 unanswered goals in second period, third period. So a great showing there, absolutely. I'm sure the fans were loving it. I know I lost my voice that game, so couldn't have been happier. Colby, I'm wondering, like that, I think it was the second goal of the game there that you got. How did you see that gap? Because I'm watching that back, like I had a good view of the goal, and I don't know how you did it. And then I watched the replay 20 times, and I still don't know how you did it. So how did you see that? What were you looking at? What gave you the green light to shoot there?
I don't know. I was inside the dot, and I was pretty good spot to shoot from. So I just tried to shoot it right through their defenseman, and hopefully that created a screen and it'd find its way in, and found a spot.
Excellent. That's fantastic. And Braedyn, I mean, we talked about this goal already today, but how good did that one feel? Like, I mean, watching it back, you're smiling again. Like that was a wild shot.
No, it was awesome. To be honest, I blacked out for a bit. I don't usually sally that hard either, but it felt so good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, 56 shots on net for you guys by the end of the game. I mean, you guys were buzzing all of a sudden. Even when you guys were down, 3-0 at one point, 4-1 at another point, you guys were still getting just a high number of shots on net. Like, something was clearly working. I mean, the first period, pucks weren't really finding the back of the net for you guys. But obviously, like, the play was there. You guys were although the scoreboard was a little different, you guys were probably still a better team than Barrie was there in that game. What was working so well for you guys that gave you that confidence to be able to come back?
Yeah, like you said, I thought we were playing good throughout the whole game, even when we were down. So I think it was just kind of have that mentality to stick with it. I mean, it's not like we're losing because we're getting outworked or anything like that. It's
for sure.
It's just continue to do what we're doing, and the pucks will find the back of the net if you continue to play the right way. And they did in the second and third there, and that's what gave us a chance to win there and ended up on top.
Yeah, and I think it's a token to our character as a team. It could have been easy to just pack it in and call it a night and just let them keep going, but no, we pushed back and fought back and came back and won that game.
Excellent, excellent. Feel similarly?
Yeah, I remember in the room, we had no doubt at all. I remember just saying, we're all saying, keep getting shots on net. It's a really good goaltender, so I feel like 56, one of them should go in. So once one went in, they kept going in. So.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that was great. It looked like you guys smelled blood and went in there. So excellent. And note to all the fans as well, we've got the doors fixed. So that's a good thing as well. We won't go through all the London game, and doors definitely don't decide games, but sometimes they make it on TV. So that's great. We got those fixed, and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here. We're all done. So you guys did a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. We'll be back next week. We won't be back next week. We've got a game, home game. So on Tuesday night, make sure you guys tune in to Rogers TV and the OHL network for that. And wish these guys good luck this week as they head to, play Sarnia tomorrow and then head down stateside for Friday and back to Windsor on Saturday. You're watching Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. Thanks so much and have a good night.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
This job brings people together.
City TV has all new episodes of Chicago Med, Fire, and PD.
Listen up, mass casualties en route.